Erika, thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Hi.
Welcome to our little show. I met you in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and I think that was 2017, 2018.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, you rode it was a Yamaha DT, right?
Yeah, I still have it.
Wow, okay. So you caught everybody's attention because that bike was running really, really well. It looks great. So how did you get into the whole motorcycle thing? Was it something you did as a child before and then you just went back to it? I mean, how did you get into it?
Actually, I learned to ride when I was in college. I had a neighbor who had 2 dirt bikes. One afternoon, he was like, hey, let's go to the desert and let's ride. I was like, I don't know how to ride. He was like, I'll teach you, it's easy. I was like, are you sure? Because I've never ridden a motorcycle in my life. And he was like, yeah, no, you drive a stick, so it's gonna be easy. I was like, okay. He's like, you can ride a bicycle, right? And I was like, yeah, I can ride a bicycle. I was super nervous, but when I tried it, I was like, okay to ah.
What was the bike?
I think it was a KTM and a Kawasaki. I can't remember the exact models, but wow, this must have been 2009 or something like that. And so I spent a few weekends with him just learning and dirt biking in the desert.
So was it from then on tuloy-tuloy na, or did you like stop for a while, or what happened?
Actually, when I graduated in 2010, I moved back here from the US and...
Oh, so you didn't learn in the Philippines? You learned...
No, I didn't.
What state is this?
In Arizona.
Wow, man, that's like one of the best places.
It was beautiful, it really was.
Wow, okay, so there you go. When you said desert, I was thinking, what desert is she talking about? Ano, like Pinatubo or something? Or
No.
now the real desert, Arizona.
So a desert is like basically 0% humidity. So
Really dry.
yeah.
Okay, so from there you went back here, and then what happened?
Well, I had to adjust first to the driving situation here. It's entirely different, right? So once I got the hang of it, I was like, you know what? This is some BS. I need to get back on a bike because this traffic is whack. I think it was Gaki who decided to start the Lidas. And I had already bought the DT from a guy I knew, and
Tuloy-tuloy na from then on.
yeah, basically meeting Gaki made it more possible for me to ride with a bunch of girls instead of riding with guys. And I got the DT specifically because I wanted to take it off-road originally, but it was also a nice, cheap commute in the city. And
Very practical.
Yeah, you don't even need a battery.
Just kick and you're off.
You need the battery because you need the signal lights. So, but yeah, basically it'll run no matter what, you know.
So officially, your first official bike is the Yamaha DT, right? That's the
Yes,
official.
that was my first own bike. I got away with not really buying bikes because I would just borrow from other people, from other friends, or Tony had bikes in his shop that I could use. I used those. Some of the brands here, they always loaned out bikes. So I was like, oh, I want to try this. And it just became a habit. So I just tried a lot of bikes, and it was actually a nice arrangement, you know, not having to commit. So I'm basically dating bikes.
Yeah. So you get like the best of everything. But now you kept the DT, and I'm sure you got a lot of offers for that. Is it for sale and all of that?
No,
to this day, is it?
No, it's definitely not for sale.
There you go.
I enjoy having something I could call my own, and you know, I put some work into that bike. I learned how to do some welding, got the burns and everything.
What would you say would be the turning point? What was that thing that made you go, you know what? I'm gonna buy this.
Well, it was a combination of the opportunity to buy a bike and something I needed to decide on. I think this would be a great place to use it, to learn, get around traffic. And I actually got to travel a lot within the Philippines, and I never used to do that in high school when I was here. So I saw the potential for being able to off-road in those places. Like I would go ATVing a lot, and I was like, you know what, a dirt bike would be really nice here.
So you're saying like from the time you learned the desert in Arizona, you already knew that, hey, this is gonna be part of me.
I realized how much I loved it, but there's always this struggle because I knew from a very young age that my dad was not gonna allow me to ride a bike.
How was that? I mean, did you buy it first, or
I hid it?
But what did they say? Eventually found out, right?
Yeah, no, it was like, oh, I borrowed this bike, and then eventually I was like, just kidding, it's mine. So too late.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, no,
okay.
They know, and they love
already.
it. And like my dad's going through this stage now. You know, he's like, I want to learn to ride.
Ooh.
And I was like, I freaking knew it. this whole time you were just holding me back.
Are you the only one in your family that's on two wheels?
No, my sister rides her bicycle. She
Okay.
rides her road bike a lot with her fiance Ton.
You think she's gonna be headed towards two wheels with a motor?
I don't know actually, because I took her on the DT once when I first got it. I just felt her like dig her nails into my tummy. She's like, stop it! And I was like, I'm going 20! I'm not even on second! And so she's like, put me down! I think the sound scared her a little bit more than the speed did.
Getting to the ride thing, are you the type of let's ride with a group and a long rides like 3 days? Are you like an in and out, short spurts here and there? Ano ba type mo? What is it?
I also developed asthma in 2014, so that's changed my life quite a bit. So even my commuting, I can't really commute the way I wanted to initially. I don't really enjoy long rides per se. I think it's maybe the combination of the heat and the asthma.
Especially in the Philippines, in the metro.
Yeah, but it's weird because when I'm riding around the city, I don't feel it, you know? So I stop once in a while, like I get from place to place, but I feel like if I'm going to ride with the purpose of riding and I know it's going to be long.
So in and out. I mean, this is your preference, right?
It's just a preference. And maybe, who knows, if my asthma gets better, you know.
I've seen your posts. I see you handling a knife really well. Would you say that your personality with that is in line with the whole motorcycle bit? Is there a relationship, like a thrill thing or something?
I think that my affinity for martial arts, I learned about that part of myself at a very young age. I think I was about 9 or 10 when I started Taekwondo. And so that same coach is actually my uncle, and he had been teaching me since that age. And so after college, when I got back, we started doing more kickboxing. And I don't think it's the thrill seeking per se, but I think the purpose behind it, which was more so that I felt secure and I felt I had the means to defend myself if the time came. And so I feel like it's a life skill, and I feel like being able to ride a motorcycle, I think, is an important life skill that everybody should at least once in their life acquire, because let's face it, if there was ever an apocalypse, then you're not going to roll around in an Audi. You're going to want to be on a motorcycle or a 4x4,
So
right?
interesting. It's a bigger picture that you have here. Martial arts, security, self-defense, survival.
It's a tool.
Well, listen up, everybody. If you see a lady on a DT, right, don't piss her off on the road. She's got a knife there somewhere. So, any close calls? I mean, did anything happen that was like, uh-oh?
Yeah, one too many.
What was the worst one? What is the one thing that made you almost stop?
Okay, so I was riding with Toady this one time. And I don't remember what bike he was on, but I'm pretty sure it was a really beautiful touring bike. I can't remember which one. We were passing the underpass and there were people just jaywalking. He led, I followed, and some guy was crossing and watched Toady pass him and stopped in the middle of the road.
That's
and
how
just
beautiful
kept
the bike
watching.
is, huh?
So I was like, hi! And then he like jumped a little bit, right, and moved a little bit. And I guess maybe the 2-3 feet that he moved, like I just swerved out of the way. I felt my back wheel lock because I jammed on the brake.
Okay.
And
So
then
you
I
were
swerved out. Then I swerved this way, and then I caught the drift and I kept going. I think if I didn't go to Melakino's class, I would have ate it.
Oh,
I would have
okay,
ate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No injuries.
No.
Okay, good.
After that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a few weeks before I get back on that bike. Diba?
Okay, now let's take a look at your bikes.
Sure. So this one is the DT.
Ooh, last time I saw this was in the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. And one of the points here that I would say is how the Yamaha is underneath the top coat and how it's another green, and you think it's a simple thing to do, but that's tough.
I remember you liked it a lot.
When you told me Tony did it, I commended him right away. Your dog?
My dog talaga. It's balang heebie-jeebies. So even the seat we made, everything we basically fixed it up.
You know what? I'm glad you kept this, because this is going to be forever associated with you. After that, I mean, I can't imagine anybody else owning it. I mean, it's just, there's so much character, you know what I mean?
1979.
Wow.
Even when you hear the number, it's already medyo kalawang na. And it still runs. It's a one-kick wonder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you still have the old plates.
Yup.
Okay.
Hindi ko pa na-renew.
Who maintains your bikes?
Si Mang June.
Mang June?
Yes.
Makati, right?
Yes.
Yes, I know Mang June. Everybody knows Mang June. So what else you got?
I have the Husky.
The Svart or the Vit?
The Smart.
Svart Kalan.
Yeah. I don't think I could ride the Vit because of
So-
the height also.
Oh, okay.
So it's already high, and then it's on the front.
Your dog again.
You know what? Maybe that's a cap.
Oh, is it a cat? Okay.
It looks like a cap.
Yeah, I'm
straight.
trying to imagine your.
My dog is kulot. It's really light. It handles really light. Have you rode it?
Yeah. It's upright, nice.
It's an entirely different ride from the KTM,
Mhm.
the Duke 390. When I tried Saris and the Gakis, it was entirely different.
How'd you meet Gaki nga pala?
She approached me, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay, Erika, maraming salamat for sharing us your story. Any last words you want to say? Advice to women riders who want to ride?
My advice for a lot of the women riders who want to even just get started is to get the proper road and safety training to be able to ride in this kind of traffic. I think it's important for everybody to ride responsibly on the road. There's a lot of risk involved in riding like this, and so I'd say go and get the proper lessons out there, because
Proper training, huh?
yeah, getting the license, it doesn't make you automatically a great driver. I think that speaks for everybody in this country. So for me, that was one of the most important things I needed to do when I wanted to transition into riding here in the Philippines.
And I think it says a lot when you made a shout out to Mel, who's a fantastic coach, because to attribute that near miss with that guy crossing the street to him, that says that, you learned something from him too.
Oh yeah, I think that if I didn't take his drifting course, I probably wouldn't have a leg today. So
Okay. All right, Erika, thank you so much. You have a fantastic journey with your motorcycle life ahead of you. And you stay safe. You be healthy.
thanks. You too. Bye.
Pwede bang maulit? Pwede bang malulit?